Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with this book here. We're going to be playing with all the inside pages. It was discarded from our local library. I got it for free and I really love it. So I tore out like the first 200 pages. I mean, I think it's 100 because it's front and back, right? But a lot of pages. And I put those pages to work, you guys. Okay, so basically, here is the stack that I folded in 2 hours. I folded, glued, all of that stuff. Now, this was a session that was kind of came from two places. One, my little old brain. And the other ideas came from watching videos on YouTube. What? I know. Yeah, I watched Roxy Creations and she inspired me and I had a play. It was fun. So this, I started with my tried and true, which is a folded envelope. I've made these many times, even here on my channel, and I've shown you these before, but I just love these little envelopes. They are so fun and whimsical. These are tea dyed or coffee dyed or Kool-Aid dyed pages with stamps and gesso. I have also made them with leftover scrapbook paper. You can do anything your creative heart desires with these, and they're just fun. You can make them small, large, anywhere in between. So I started with familiar things and then I just kept going. So this was something I came up with, which is a flip tag or a flip pocket. If you glue down the two sides there, you would have a pocket, or you could leave it open and have a flip tag. I just think that's really fun. And it was so easy to make, you know, like everything here. And the pocket page pull out, this is something that my little brain came up with. And it's fun. It's a lot of journaling or decorating space. You just glue on the back side, the top and the sides and the bottom. And then you have a pocket and it can fold out or flip out, and you can have lots of fun decorating that. So I just took 2 pages, glued them together, and cut it at the height that I needed and folded it right up. I'm going to have a part 2 video, you guys, where we are going to make these things together and we're going to decorate them. All right, Rita Donnelly flip, you guys, if you watch Gala Gustinelli, I mean, how can you not? She loves these things and I get why. They are pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm grabbing some, this is a journal in the works. I'm working on 4 Valentine journals right now. Like, why make 1 when you can make 4? But I wanted to give you some context for some of these things. So if you take this little folded piece of paper and you glue on the 2 sides on the back, glue that down to your paper, then you can have the flip where you can journal, and then you can have the top part as a tuck spot. So it's double functionality. Super fun. This one just has leftover scrapbook paper as the decoration on it. I did make a few decorated items for you guys today, but we're going to take it to the next level. Here's a smaller one. So the size doesn't matter. I don't need to give you dimensions because you can make these any size that you want. Here are some that I made just from scrapbook paper. They don't flip, but they can be pockets and you can still decorate them and put clusters on them or whatever. So that's the Rita Donnelly flip. They're awesome. Yay. So yeah, with this session, you know, I did some things that are really familiar to me when I first was getting warmed up. And then by the time I really got going, you guys, that's when I started coming up with my own ideas. So that's what I suggest, you know, just get a bunch of book pages out and start playing. This is the belly band. I had a leftover strip of scrapbook paper that I ran down the middle. You can turn your belly band horizontal, or you can have it upright. The choice is yours. There are no rules. You know, belly bands, it's not a different kind of concept, but it's nice to have it in your examples so that you remember that you can do it. Here's one that I played around with. I created a new envelope. I called it the Faux gusset because it's like it has a gusset. It can hold a bit more. It's easy to open, but it's not really gusseted. Again, I'll show you in part 2 and you'll see how I made these. And I just lightly decorated them. You know, if you're going to do some like pre-decorated things in your stash, one thing that I like to do is have them lightly decorated, where then I can come back and add details that make them tie into my journal that I'm making at the time. You can use the book pages to cut out shapes, or use your dies and cut out book pages. There are just endless possibilities, you guys. There really are. Okay, a hinged page. I don't know. I'm sure this has been done before, but it was just something that popped in my head for the first time. And it's so easy. You know, you just run a 1/2-inch score line, cut it to the size you need, and you can have a hinged page, which just adds more journaling space for you or decorating space. This one, I'm going to go over the edge because it has that little bit of decoration, and I added scrapbook paper to it. So it's like a double hinge page, which is really fun. And, you know, what's great about these is they can be any size and you can do anything with them. Maybe your pages have pictures on them. I chose this book specifically because I thought it was just a basic kind of text, black and white. So this is a wallet fold, and I saw this briefly in that Roxy video. She didn't make them at the time. She just kind of showed them when she was going through some of her makes that are like this. I'm definitely going to leave it linked down below because I think it inspired me greatly, and I think it can definitely inspire you. So with this can become another page in your signature, like so. So you would have a pocket in the front, and then you would also have a pocket in the back, or it makes a really great tip-in. So you can take it and tape it or tip it into your signature. Maybe your book's already sewn together, but you want to add this to it. Grab some washi tape or anything that you like, tape it like to that purple edge, flip it over, tape it to the next page, and that's a tip-in. And it's super cute. I really like the wallet folds. Next up, we have a library pocket. This was also a Roxy idea that was in that same video. So she'll show you how to make these. And I did not even decorate this one much at all. Just put a scrap piece of paper across it. You can make these as big or as small as you like. You can put anything you want inside of them. You can decorate the back. You could leave the book page. Just have fun with it. The library pockets. Okay, next up we have this. It's very unassuming, but has a ton of potential. So if you just can't stand white pages in your journal, I get it. I usually feel that way too. So I like to do these pockets, and in the past, I've always just done them with scraps, and you can see here they come in all different sizes when I do that. But on this white page, I put washi at the top, and then I put 2 of my pre-made pockets inside, one on each side to kind of cover the white paper. This one was, I think, the very first one I ever made, and it's a little persnickety on getting it in there. But I think if you take book pages and cut them down to the size of the paper that you want to cover. So for example, in this journal, the pages are 8.5 by 11, folded in half. Then I cut some pages down to 8 by 5, and they fit in to cover that white paper, just like this one. That one was made with scrapbook paper, and I rounded the corners. So I just think it's nice to have some of these in your stash, so if you have white paper, you can start covering it easily. And here are some more examples where I just quickly grabbed some scrapbook paper and made some pockets. So this one has 2 pockets. That pink paper and the floral paper are both pockets. And the music paper is from the book page. I just think it's a lovely way to cover the page and to give you more places to tuck all of your notes and pictures and tickets and anything else you put in a pocket. So let's see, what do I have next? I know we're coming to the end here. This is another Roxy idea. I tried to put them all together. I want to give her credit. She inspired me when I was in this session. So this is one of her ideas of using 2 pages, and you have a full pocket page. Again, another nice way to cover a blank page, or maybe like that wild squirrel pattern. If it was just too much, you could easily cover it. With this one, I used scrapbook paper as the pocket. And with this one, I added another pocket with scrapbook paper. And that little striped piece could also be a pocket, but I just glued it all the way down. So you can go pocket crazy, you guys. But if you're going to make a lot of pockets, fill them up. Here's another way to fill a pocket with another set of pockets. What? It's a trifold. So with this one, again, it's just a fun little thing. Like with the library fold, I think that one's great to insert into your signatures. But this one I think is more ideal for putting into pockets and tuck spots. Okay, so yes, I hope you guys will, if you've enjoyed this, that you'll come back and watch part 2 and see how we decorate these and how we use them in our journal. You can make journaling cards, just cover the front and back of those. If you use Hinged journals, I was thinking book pages would make the perfect way to do all the hinges for your Hinged journals. So think of that. And then a double pocket. This was so easy. I just took the page and folded it back on itself. And now when I go to glue it into the book, I can have a double pocket. So here's an example. You just glue at the top, one side and the bottom, stick it down. You have a pocket here and a pocket there. When you're making these, make them for both sides. So make one for the right side, you fold your paper one way, fold the paper the other way. That way, as you're decorating, you have lots of options. So that's the double pocket. I'm going to be sticking all of these in my idea book, and I mass made a whole bunch of them so that I can use them in my upcoming journals. I really hope that this video gave you lots of inspiration and that I'll see you back for part 2. Bye!